Hello and welcome to the Voice of TOD. I'm Tom, and in this video I'm going to give you my thoughts on Army of the Dead, the 2021 movie currently on Netflix. It seems like this is the start of a series with a live action film and animated series currently in production, both being set before the events of the film, but that's not our focus today. In these reviews, I don't do spoilers, so fear not. While I will be talking about some of the characters and the actors a little bit, I won't be giving anything away that's spoilery. The film is directed by Zack Snyder of 300, the DCEU movies and Watchmen fame, and written by Snyder, Shay Hatton, who is part of the writing team for John Wick 3 and the upcoming sequels in the series, and further Army of the Dead projects as well, and Joby Harold, who was part of the writing team for King Arthur Legend of the Sword and the upcoming Obi-Wan series. The movie stars Dave Bautista as Scott Ward, Ella Purnell as Kate Ward, Ana de la Reguera as Maria Cruz, Omari Hardwick as Vanderho, Theo Rossi as Burt Cummings, Matthias Schweihofer as Dieter, Nora Arnezeder as Lily the Coyote, and Tig Notaro as Marianne Peters. The synopsis from IMDb. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. So, with the admin out the way, what did I think about the film? Firstly, I like how it looks and I like how it plays out. It's 100% a Zack Snyder movie, so if you've never enjoyed his style, this probably isn't for you. I really enjoyed the idea of the outbreak and how it functions in the film. It gives you some answers while leaves quite a lot of things open to explore, be them prequels or sequels, if the chance arises. They seem to be doing that already, as the upcoming projects seem to hint to. I think the characters are introduced well enough. You get a little glimpse through the intro credits, and as the plot expands around them, we do learn a little bit more. Some of the revelations are pretty obvious, some are less so, but it's because the cast really just seem to gel together. We will touch on Dave Bautista and why I think that is in a moment. But there is a lot of new faces in this film for me, and I have to say I enjoyed every character for their own merits. I do think Dave Bautista gives another amazing performance. He holds this cast together, and he isn't here to just play the action star that you would expect from a film like this. I've known that he's a solid actor since I saw him in Blade Runner 2049, and it's been nice to see him flex his acting muscles ever since. You do feel what his character feels in this. He really impresses me here, and he is the glue that sticks all of this crazy story, these crazy characters. He sticks it all together really well. This whole thing wouldn't have worked if Bautista wasn't so involved and just so charismatic as the lead. I also really enjoyed Ana de la Reguera as Maria Cruz, and again she has great chemistry with Bautista, and I loved how all of that side of things plays out. Nora Arnezeder is someone who I've never seen before, never heard of, and I really enjoyed her character in this. She brings the character to life excellently, and I will be looking out for more of her stuff in the future. I think she's going to do a lot of good things. Another solid performance was from Tig Notaro, the comedian, who I have seen in Star Trek Discovery. She's basically playing the same character, but for me it works because she's very dry. She doesn't really care about anything, and it just works. So let's talk a little bit about the setting. As you know, Las Vegas is the focus for this film, and the undead have taken over. It's destroyed, it's dystopian, it looks great. I love a good disaster movie because you see these settings in familiar places just in total disrepair. And I think that when it's done right and it's done well, there's an odd beauty to it, and I really feel that when you see what Vegas is shown as in this film. Again, it's very Snyder, but the soundtrack really did work for me too. It has tinges of his Snyder cut for Justice League. There's a lovely nod to Richard Cheese, whose cover of Disturbed's Down with the Sickness was used in Snyder's Dawn of the Dead many years ago and features in the opening credits. But the music choices are very romanticised, something that again I'll touch on when we talk more about how the film is sort of shot. But there are some really cool nods to other things and pop culture sort of references in here. No spoilers, so I'll be very vague, but the sequence at the vault, really good. There's some really fun moments between the characters, and overall it's just great fun. This plays out like a video game, as you would probably expect with a Snyder project. Certainly his more individual movies, but it's so romantically shot. He's just enjoying doing this with the editing, the track choices for the soundtrack, just the camera angles, the action. It all just flows. It has this whimsical kind of edge to it that really works, and I think everybody gets a moment to shine in this film. I do like the take on the zombies here too. It's pretty hard to do something new with such an overused, I say enemy, I suppose they're characters of their own right at this point, but this movie, it doesn't give us a whole load of new ideas about zombies. They just work. He's borrowing from other bits, other elements from the classic Dawn of the Dead kind of zombie to the quicker, smarter zombies of later films. It's different enough from the usual sort of idea of a zombie to stand out, I think. And I like the ideas, and I really like how they were portrayed. The zombie tiger is incredible. I love it. I would say I want one, but that's probably a bad idea. Honestly, there aren't many faults here, and there is a lot to love. This is a zombie action film, but it delivers on that and so much more. I was very impressed with this. It's one of Snyder's better films, and I am quite partial to a Snyder film. Be them good or bad, I just enjoy what he does when he is really in the groove. On to the stuff I didn't like then. Relatively short list, I'll be honest. Very nitpicky, but there were a few moments that took me out of the film. So, mainly why none of the party were using silencers for their weapons, and why everything is, automatic or burst fire, not single shot. They're not placing their shots or anything. I don't know why you wouldn't be trying to conserve ammo knowing that you're in a basically locked off, surrounded by zombies. As I say, really nitpicky. There are a couple of story moments as well. As I say, we're not going into them because this is spoiler free. But some of it just feels a little bit forced. But overall, it works for me. It does more than I wanted it to do. And that's key, I think, here. So, final thoughts. I think this is a very solid zombie film, with a few tongue-in-cheek nods to recent times and the past year as well. The cast are all excellent, and you really feel the camaraderie between them. If you want an easy movie to sit down, watch and enjoy, and you like action movies, Zack Snyder's movies, this is probably in your ballpark. I had an absolute blast with this, and I can see myself watching it again down the line. Have you seen the film? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to know what you thought. One of the big reasons that I started this channel is to talk to people about what they think. You know how I feel about this? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it didn't work for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe it did. Tell me those too. If you want more of me, I stream on Twitch regularly. We're currently playing through Divinity Original Sin, which is a RPG, kind of turn-based, a very old style, really, really fun game. And the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And there's always the other channel, Todd Plays Games, where you can find all my past live streams cut up into bite-sized pieces. Stay tuned to the Voice of TOD for more movie and gaming news, reviews, and whatever else I feel like talking about. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.